is going on, Leos? Welcome to part 2 of your spiritual journey reading. All right, so the first half, if you have not watched the first half, definitely recommend, because the first half is the oracles, the theme for the questions that we ask Spirit. And so now we're clarifying with the tarot. So as stated in the first video, which I will link both videos to each other, what I'm thinking about doing is doing these as a reading like this and then extending it, the rest of it, the clarifying with the tarot, extending it onto Patreon or something like that. So if you guys will let me know what you think, how you feel about it. Obviously not going to be super crazy, you know, in pricing, but it would definitely assist the channel in a beautiful way. And, you know, it's a nice way to exchange the energy. So let's get into this for Leos. Let's see what's going on. See what the tarot has to say. So Spirit, let's clarify for how Leo is doing on their spiritual journey. So let's clarify, reflect, and rejuvenation. Why is that here, Spirit, for Leos? So card 23, we have 1, 23, 22. So some of you may be born on the 23rd, the 22nd, the 1st, okay? So we have the Star and the 8 of Pentacles, okay? So I feel like Spirit really wants you guys are in a time of healing right now, okay? So, and you need to know that you're on the right path. So I feel like for you Leos that, you know, have been working really hard, okay, with this 8 of Pentacles, some of you have been really focused on maybe your work or just, you know, working on yourself, really, you know, trying to get things done. Because I feel like some of you have a goal in mind. Some of you really have something that you're really wishing to seek out of whatever this is that you've been working so hard on. So Spirit needs you to know you are on the right path, but you do have to give yourself time to go within, to reflect on what is working, what isn't working, right? That's the only way to really know that you're on the right path, to continue to know that what the work you've been putting in is actually working, is by taking the time to actually take a step back and reflect, just to see, you know, is this working the way I'm doing it, right? So that way, if you do need to course correct, if there are adjustments that can be made, right, then you're able to do that early on instead of waiting till you get so far and then having to backtrack and start, you know, go again. So I feel like, you know, Spirit needs you to know that you are on the right track. You guys are just in this period of healing right now, though. So maintain your faith and trust in knowing that the work you've been putting in is paying off, okay? You are, even though, and I feel like some of you, it's you're needing to know that or be reminded of that because of this void period that some of you are in right now, where you're feeling like, what the fuck is going on? Like, I was just fine like a week ago, and now it's like, I feel like everything's falling apart. For some of you, this is your reminder to let you know that just because, you know, things feel dark right now, you don't know what's ahead, you don't know what the next step is. That is where Spirit is letting you know. Maintain your faith. Keep your faith in the right place, okay? When it's time for the steps to be illuminated to you, they will be illuminated. You have to trust that and know that. So maintain your faith. You see how she's holding onto the string, but she's not, it's, you know, a little limp in her hand. It's because she's not holding on to it very tightly. Okay. That means that she's still maintaining her hope, but she's not, you know, strong holding it, you know, to where she's scared of it getting away. So this is Spirit letting you know that, you know, you're on the right path, you are on the right journey, you're doing the right thing. You just have to continue to put in the work, continue to put in your effort, because you're very close. When you're at the 8 of Pentacles, that's almost at the 9. The 9 is the pre-Empress energy. The 10, that's having it all. So you guys are so close, Leo. You just have to keep going, okay? Even though things, you know, don't feel the best right now, this is why this reflective period is important, okay? You guys are going through your healing right now, so give yourself that time that it needs, because that's how you'll come back harder and, you know, further and better along than what you were before, right? So Spirit, let's clarify the void. Why is that here for Leos? For what is challenging Leos right now? Clarify the void, Spirit. Why is that here for Leos, please? So we have the 9 of Cups, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Wands, and the 4 of Cups. So Cup, Pentacle, Wand, Cup. 2 5s in the middle of this, okay? So 5s represent change, they represent conflict, and that's definitely some conflict here, okay? So I feel like for some of you, it's like, I feel like some of you have maybe recently got something that you wished for or something that you asked for, not realizing that it was like, I'm gonna give you an example, right? There was somebody that I was really enjoying their company, right? And I did put in a prayer request that anybody that does not have my highest interest in mind, anybody that is deceptive, that I cannot trust or should not trust, please expose them or remove them, right? And next thing I know, this person, kind of falls back. Like, and then next thing you know, like, they fall way back. And I'm like, wow. Like, and it didn't dawn on me till, it dawned on me soon after, but I kind of like, it's been kind of confusing, right? And so today, matter of fact, or no, was it yesterday? I got like double confirmation through a reading that I was doing for myself, but then to a lecture that I was listening to. It wasn't even a reading, it was a whole lecture that it kind of just came up, and it was like, it said in the exact words that, have you put in a prayer request? It was like a question that he was posing, who I was listening to. It was like, he's like a distant mentor. And he basically posed a question, like, have you thought about maybe, this person left your life because maybe they're answering the prayer request you put in about, removing toxic people from your life, or people that, don't have your highest good in mind, and blah, blah, blah. And I was just like, I had just got that in my own reading. And then to have that confirm, you know what I'm saying? After, it was just like, wow, holy shit, And so my point in saying that is to say, is it disappointing as it may seem, right? It's like I feel like you have happiness elsewhere. Okay. I feel like, it may be, you may feel disappointed in the situation, but something that you've been actually wishing for and asking for is on the other side of this. It may feel lonely right now, but that's part of the challenge. That's part of the training for what it is you're asking for. Okay. So I feel like for some of you, it's like you're coming into this period of, not really being happy with where you are, asking for certain things, but being maybe met instead with conflict, with opposition. But I feel like some of you need to know and remember, Leo, that is a part of the challenge in itself. That's part of, the journey, right? Is you're going to come up against obstacles, up against challenges, but it's going to be up to you. Are you going to settle? Okay. Are you going to settle? Are you going to let it get you down? Or are you going to keep pushing forward and know that I love myself enough to keep going? I've come this far. I'm not quitting now. Okay. Some of you, it's helping you love yourself. It's helping you believe in yourself. Okay. You guys you got stuff. And these are two cards of wish fulfillment. So spirit needs you to, that's again, some of you need to be reminded you are on the right path. You do have things you've been wishing for that is coming. Okay. But some of you right now, like I said, you're being met with opposition. You're feeling maybe alone, maybe feeling like you don't have enough. You don't have what you need. But some of you, it's because you're putting in the work, you're doing what you have to do, but you need to allow yourself to rest. You need to allow yourself to be open to receive. And that's what we were talking about earlier with the feminine energy, where, like I said, whatever it is you've been asking for, Leo, it's sitting here incubating. So this wish fulfillment that some of you, okay, that you're feeling challenged right now because it's not here yet, it's because the cycle needs to close out first. Okay. So you can come into this receptive feminine energy here that will allow you, right, to receive what it is you're asking for. Okay. But you have to be able to you have to go through this process first of loving yourself. That's why spirit is asking you to focus on your shadow, focus on that part of you that you don't want others to see, that part of you that we typically want to hide, from the world because it's, it's scared. It's scared of being judged. It's scared of, punishment. It's scared of being yelled at, right? What is that for you, right? So let's clarify love. Spirit, why is that here for Leos? For how is this challenge helping them? What is it preparing them for? What is love? Why is that here for Leos, Spirit? For how this challenge, what is it preparing Leos for? Clarify love. Clarify love. Clear, accurate messages for Leo. What is this love here? Dun, dun, dun. So I feel like for some of you where you've maybe lacked stability, I feel like some of you may have grown up in a household that wasn't loving, wasn't very stable. Maybe some of you maybe didn't have an example of a healthy connection, what a healthy connection looked like. Okay. And I feel like for some of you, this is helping you see you know, what it is that you don't want, so that way you can make sure you attract what it is you do want. You don't, a lot of us, you don't really know what you don't know what you want until you know what you don't want. It's easier to identify what you don't want, which will then help you make it easier to identify what you do. So I feel like some of you, this is about, you know, loving yourself, even if you feel like you don't have the type of stability you need, you don't have the type of, you know, maybe nurturing, loving, you know, maybe mother energy that some of you needed, that you need to just have that for yourself. Anything you feel like you don't have, it's because we needed to learn how to have it for ourselves, because people leave, right? People leave, people change, you know, nothing lasts forever. And so you need to be able to still function, which we did touch on earlier as well. You need to still be able to function, you know, with or without people. When people come into your life and when they leave, we never know when the season is over. But you want to make sure that you can still maintain, sustain your life and thrive with or without, right? So I feel like some of you, this is helping you, you know, love yourself even when you don't feel stable, even when you don't feel, you know, like you have that love to give other people, when you don't feel your best, you know, emotionally, when you feel like your emotions are all over the fucking place. You don't need to be judged, that you need to still love yourself regardless of whatever type of mood you find yourself in. For some of you, that is how this is helping you. This is teaching you, it's challenging you in this way to love yourself regardless. So you get to choose what makes you happy. You get to choose how you respond to, you know, your happiness and the things that don't make you happy. That choice is always yours. So I feel like some of you are being reminded of that, right? And also your shadow, you know, your shadow serves a beautiful purpose. Your shadow is what protects you from chaos, protects you from bullshit. And you wouldn't even have a shadow had you not had the experiences you may have had as a child, right? That challenge us. That though, it's like those experiences were necessary, because you wouldn't know how to protect yourself from a predator. You wouldn't know how to, you know, see, you know, danger coming a mile away, right? Or whatever you've learned from your experiences, from those challenges and those wounds and some traumatic experiences, you wouldn't have learned those things. So I feel like some of you, Spirit is really asking you to go within and look at those darker aspects. What did it teach you? How is it helping you? How can you use those experiences to help you now, right? Some of you, once you identify that, it'll help you love yourself a bit more and forgive yourself for maybe what you feel like you did or the role you feel like you played in the situation. Some of you are maybe blaming yourself for certain things that have happened when it's not about fault. It's about, you know, it happened how it was supposed to happen. If it was meant to happen differently, it would have, because there was a lesson in that. There was growth in that. There was strength in that. There was perseverance, resilience in that. There was clarity in that, right? And whatever else you could pull from that, right? So, Spirit, let's clarify shadow. Why is that here for Leos, please? Why is shadow here for Leos? For what you want them to focus on. Why is shadow here for Leo? Why is shadow? The devil. This is exactly what the fucking devil represents. Your fears, okay? Anything that we do in excess, fears. For some of you, this is a Capricorn. But for others of you, this is your fears, your shadow. That's exactly what the devil in the tarot represents. The shadow. Everything tied around the shadow, the fears, materialism, overindulgence, addictions, limiting beliefs, negative thoughts, all that shit. That is all encompassing. Okay, what is that? What is that for you? What is that? What is your shadow side? For some of you, it's you know, maybe sex. It's maybe attention, validation, needing outside of validation because you don't feel good enough on the inside. Whatever it is for you, those parts of yourself that you feel embarrassed about, that you want to cover up, Spirit needs you to look at those things now and release that. Whatever attachments you have. For some of you, this is codependency. Some of you are codependent on people around you. That could be exactly what this is. Whereas people that are leaving your life is helping you to detach, to not be so attached to people and things, because like I said, things and people leave. Things and people change their mind. They change form, and that's normal. That's part of the experience. But it's about how do you prepare yourself for those things when they happen? How prepared are you to bounce back, right? Because stress only comes from a lack of preparation. So for those of you that are maybe stressed out about, you know, maybe when someone passes away or when something happens, it's because you're not prepared, right? Whether it's mentally, spiritually, physically, emotionally, financially, whatever it is, that is the only reason why people stress, is due to a lack of preparation. Otherwise, if you're ready for anything, you ain't stressing, right? It's like when you know you got a way to pay your rent or pay your bill, you're not stressing about not being able to pay it. Why? Because you're prepared, right? So it's the same thing. Some of you are being asked to look at your shadow because you're being prepared for something better. You're being prepared for wish fulfillment, but there is something that some of you are needing to release first to make room, We talked about that. So let's see, Spirit, can we clarify a little bit more? What is the devil for Leos? What is the shadow? What is that for Leo? Oh, so for some of you, this has to do with the connection. Okay. Something, I feel like for some of you, it's a connection, something that maybe you've been wanting. Some of you have been longing for, whether this is from someone that you already know or just in general, right? Wanting companionship, wanting a connection, wanting to feel loved, be loved, have that experience in love, right? But Spirit is saying divine timing is at play here. Some of you are stressing, you're worried about it, and that's what's making it hard for it to come in, because you're attached to it. Some of you, that is what this whole reading is about, is that what you've been asking for is trying to manifest, but when you're holding on to the result so tightly, you're putting resistance in the way where you can't get to it. Spirit can't give it to you from that state. And that came up here in this other deck, at the bottom of this other deck. So under release, boundaries, fruition, resistance. Okay? We talked about that earlier. So that is exactly what this is talking about. Some of you need a release, okay? Whatever this is that you're trying to manifest, and set boundaries with maybe overthinking about it, asking for it. When you continue to ask, when you ask the universe for something and you continue to ask for it, that's you continuing to act as if it's not there. Because if you had something, you wouldn't continue to ask for it, right? So for some of you, you're putting resistance in your own way. And this is Spirit's way of trying to show you how you're maybe delaying your own manifestation. Where some of you are wanting something long-term and stable, but it's because you're not taking care of yourself first. You can't expect to attract what you don't already have within. So if you're not emitting that energy of, I can take care of myself, I can provide for myself, I'm good on my own, right? You're not going to attract a like partner that is willing to help you live that out and protect you and provide for you and all those things as well, right? So this shadow has to do with, like I said, a connection that I feel like some of you are wanting to come together, and it is coming together, right? But it's coming when the time is right. It's coming when it's supposed to, not when you think it should. When the divine says that it's time for it to come, when you maybe decide that you don't want it anymore, that's typically when it comes, right? When we decide, I don't even care about love, fuck love, whatever, I don't even want it anymore. That's when you get what you've been wanting. So Spirit really wants you to just know that you're that delay that some of you are experiencing, it's not because you're being told no. Some of you have been so worried about, when something's happening, why it hasn't came yet, and why this, why that. You're asking too many questions. Some of you are asking the wrong question. And that's why you're being met with delays, because you're stressed out about it. You're holding on to it too tightly. For some of you, that is exactly what this attachment is being too attached to the outcome. It's all encompassing. So it makes perfect sense here that some of you, you're getting exactly what you've been asking for. It's right here. You've manifested it. You've manifested what's going to make you the most happy, right? The message, the person, right? Whatever it is, it's coming towards you. But some of you are holding on to it so tightly, you're meeting it with resistance is being met, which is causing more delays. Okay? So like I said, Spirit is saying you're on the right path. You're doing the right thing. Your destined partnership is on its way. Okay? Whatever it is you've been wishing for, it's right around the corner. You just can't see it. That's what the void is. It's like there's always darkness right before the dawn, right? You just have to continue to put in your effort, focus on yourself, focus on your work, right? Whatever energy and effort you've been putting in towards your goals, towards maybe working on yourself, not caring about a relationship because I'm good on my own and I don't need, people. I want people, I desire people, but I don't need them to function. I don't need them to be happy. That's when you automatically you attract and allow what is meant for you. So I feel like for some of you, that's exactly what this is, because the opportunity here is wish. By you getting the inner peace, that's what allows your wish to come in. By you doing the soul searching, maybe getting clear about what it is that you want, that's when you actually allow in what you want and what you've been asking for to come for you. So that makes complete sense, Leo. I hope that this reading has been made clear up to this point. So let's clarify this last part for you, Leos. Spirit for Leos, what are the opportunities here? What is coming towards Leo when they see this reading, about for the next 30 days out when they see this reading? What is this wish and judgment about? For some of you, this is, stepping into your soul's calling, right? Your soul's journey, meaning that for some of you is also what this is about, where some of you have been kind of like, what is my purpose? I don't know what the fuck my purpose is. As you continue to work on the things you're guided to work on, for some of you, that is what's going to open up for you as well. Maybe during this period of reflection and rejuvenation and getting your energy back, for some of you, that is what's going to be made clear to you. Okay. So let's see. Like I said, you find that in the shadow period though, where all the parts of you that have come through, you know, the trauma and pain you've experienced. That's where you find your purpose. Okay. King of Swords. So let's see, clarify the King of Swords, Spirit. For some of you, this is clarity. Again, clarity, communication, someone coming towards you with some type of offer that's going to make you really happy. For some of you, this is coming in the form of an idea that you're going to be really excited about. Okay. This could be coming in the form of a message. Like I said, this could be an official person. Okay. That's making a decision. This could be, some type of court case or something, getting, you know, some type of decision being made in your favor, something going your way, and it's going to make you really fucking happy. Okay. It's like opening doors of opportunity for you. Okay. This is your card, your energy as well. It's showing up here too as well, Leo. So all this yellow energy here, yellow, all this yellow, right? Even the sun behind her, yellow. Okay. All this is a lot of your energy, Leo. So it's like the sun is shining, you know, on your behalf. So I feel like this is, for some of you, a message you've been waiting on. You've been really doing your best to hang in there and, you know, continue to push forward, continue to do what you're being guided to do. Okay. Protecting yourself as best you can. Some of you are getting a message where you're not going to have to do that anymore. Or you're being met with some type of opportunity that's going to like take your life to the next level. That's going to open up a new door of opportunity for you. That's happening exactly right when you needed it to. For some of you, this could be coming in the form of a partnership, and a partnership could be opening up another door of opportunity for you financially, or, you know, in something else. You never know how it'll play out. So it's going to be different for all of you. So let's wrap with some quick advice for Leos. Spirit, what's some advice? Here's your most important messages of advice for Leos at this time. Let's get three cards. Spirit for Leos. What's the advice? Accurate messages. Advice for Leos. The Magician, Virgo, Gemini energy. We also have Aquarius energy out here. Jupiter, Leo, Capricorn. Okay. Spirit, two more. Advice. The Devil. One more. Advice for Leo. And the Six of Pumpkins. Okay. All these came out upright. At the bottom we have the Knight of Candles. So that's the Knight of Wands. So things are definitely changing. Spirit wants you to get excited about this. Okay. Some of you, it's really putting you in a position that what's happening here, where it feels like things are dark and you don't know what's going on. I'm telling you, that's about to change. Okay. Whatever this dark period is, the sun is about to come out. We talked about that earlier as well, and it's coming up here again. So the sun is about to shine on the situation. So now Spirit is telling you, the advice here is you're coming into abundance, right? You're coming into some money. You're coming into, I feel like, a very fruitful period of your life, Leo. Don't let what you're creating, what's manifesting for you, don't let that go to your head. Don't let that blow your head up. Okay. With this devil energy here with the ego, it's like, don't let it inflate your ego. All right. Make sure that you're still giving and receiving, that you're still helping maybe the way you said you were going to help, that maybe I feel like for some of you, this is about keeping your word, whether it's keeping your word to Spirit, keeping your word to other people. Then like, yo, I know this is coming in for me. Once it hits, I'm going to help you. I'm going to do this or this or this. Make sure you keep your word. I feel like for some of you, this is about the energy you put out is coming back. So some of you are being blessed in some type of way because you're manifesting something, but don't let it go to your head. Don't let it make you, change you. Don't let it change your character, as in like it makes you materialistic, because that's what the devil also represents, is a very materialistic energy, a very egoic, prideful energy. Okay. I feel like some of you, you're being mindful of that because you're manifesting something good, but every positive has a negative polar opposite. Okay. So you want to be mindful of not letting your ego steer you down the wrong path and maybe make you give to something you don't need to give to, or overextend yourself. And then next thing you know, you're completely broke, or, things are completely, haywire, messed up. Right. So I feel like Spirit really wants you to be mindful of that. You are manifesting. You do have the power to decide how something goes, but also don't let your fear get in the way of you receiving whatever this blessing is. For some of you, this is the universe giving you a gift, helping you in some type of way, because the Six of Pentacles also represents the helping hand, right? Asking and receiving what you're asking for, right? So that's, giving the request and receiving, on the other hand, receiving what you're asking for. So for some of you, that's what this is here, is that you're, again, which we already talked about, you're receiving exactly what you're asking for, but make sure that you're not letting your fears or your shadow things from your past, right, that are holding, that are maybe playing out right now, that are putting up resistance. Don't let your past and those, past experiences keep you from accepting something that is, would be equal, someone that's maybe wanting to give to you equally. Or this could, like I said, if this is just talking about a blessing that the universe is helping you in some type of way, giving you something you asked for, don't let your shadow make you reject it, make you fuck it up, because this also speaks of rejection. So some of you are getting something you've been wishing for, but it's like you're maybe feeling so low, so down, so challenged at this time, where you may not even have the energy to receive it, and you may turn it down, you may pass it by. So I feel like some of you are needing to know that you're on the right path. Some of you, this is kind of like a warning. You have something coming in here you've been wishing for. Don't let what is challenging you right now, or this feeling like I'm tired of doing things by myself, I don't have what I need. Don't let that energy make you turn down something that is really a blessing, something that you've actually manifested, something that you asked the universe for and it's giving it to you, but you're letting your shadow make you turn it down and make you miss out. Don't let that happen, Leo. Okay? I'm hoping that those who need it, and now my nose is itching, I'm hoping that those that needed it receive this message. And don't let your shadow, for some of you, this is, a tempting energy. This could either be a part of yourself, like your own shadow, right? Based on wounds and unhealed traumas, things like that. Or this could be someone outside of you that's maybe coming into your experience, okay? That's trying to throw you off and make you miss out on a blessing that the universe is gifting you with, some type of help that the universe is, a helping hand the universe is giving you. Some of you, don't let it make you miss out, okay? Because we have the devil showing up here twice. So this could definitely be an energy that is reflecting that devil within you, outside of you. That could definitely be that mirror, why it's shown up twice. So I feel like for some of you, be mindful, okay? Especially if this is someone you've dealt with before, it's showing an aspect of you that you need to be made privy to, you need to be made aware of. So that doesn't have to be a bad thing, as long as you can see that this is making me aware, this is bringing awareness. So you don't need to be down on yourself, you don't need to be upset with yourself, but just, acknowledge it and then act from that knowledge. That's what acknowledging is, when you act from the place of knowing. Now I know, how do I respond? And let that, carry you forward to get the result that you want. Okay? So we are complete, Leo. I really pray that you found resonance in this reading. I pray that you have received what you needed to from it, and that it helped you in the most powerful and abundant, beautiful way for your journey ahead. If you enjoyed this reading, I'd really appreciate if you get a thumbs up. Consider subbing if you